Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to Karpogaming and another Path of Exile 2 video. Well, we have a new hotfix, and if you was wondering what it is, we have some huge changes for the Huntress and overall in the game. You know what to do. Let go! Once again, thanks for watching everybody. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. The game has been updated. No nerfs, my dude. Just a whole lot of loveliness. Let's start off with what they have to say, and trust me, this is good. Now, many people are reporting that the gameplay is feeling a little bit too slow. Sometimes this comes in the form of people saying that the monster's life is too high, or player damage is too low, or areas are taking too long. In this post, we'll take about some of the things they have already done, and more of the changes that are planning to make it. Some of these changes are already in game right now. Next up, we have the Huntress specified concerns. So, one of the major concerns that they have seen for the Huntress is that the lot of power of the class is locked behind the parry mechanic, and some players don't want to parry. So getting frenzy charges without parry is an option available in the class later on, but there are no early options that don't involve parrying. So they want to give early game players an option to get frenzy charges without parry, but they want to be very careful not to make this easy and remove the rewards during the parry combo. So in order to do this, they're adding a new skill. That's right, we're getting a new skill for the Huntress on the second row of the spiral skills called Coal the Weak. Now, this skill is effectively the same as Killing Palm on the Monk, but for frenzy charges. Now, if a monster is in a coaling range, using Coal of the Weak will charge towards the monster, killing it instantly and giving you a frenzy charge. This skill should be patched in over the next few days. But they also want to improve the feeling of parry more generally. Two issues they have identified, and in some cases they feel like you should parry monsters, but don't. And that in other cases you get heavy stunned in cases where you feel like you shouldn't. So they're currently investigating improvements to these. The other bit of feedback are players who don't want to enter melee range at all. While the primary role of this class is incentivizing a ranged melee hybrid playstyle, we do think that they can improve this type of gameplay somewhat and are still incentivizing using both types of attack. Now, to make this type of gameplay feel better, they're going to be buffing the speed of spear throws generally, but especially lightning spear. The damage will remain the same, meaning that you will still get approximately 25% better DPS with only the lightning spear. Some other spear throws will receive slight speed increases too, but they generally have other mechanics that mean that the speed of them is less relevant. So, speed boost to the lightning spear as well. Next up, we have player minion damage and life. Now, one of the areas of major balance adjustment in 0.2.0 was the minion life and damage curve for players. In the 0.11 in-game, meaning characters were getting a very out of control values, mostly due to being able to significantly increase the gem level on these gems. They previously significantly reduced the growth of minion life and damage as these gems gains level, and the intention was to mostly hit the top of the endgame, but it seems that this had an unintended effect on campaign play as well. So they are making a change to increase the damage and life that minions get during the campaign to be more similar to before, while still keeping the scaling nerfs that were introduced to the higher minion gem levels of the endgame. So minions getting a buff. Also, monster life a little too high. One of the first things that they looked into was considering clear speed concerns was the monster life curve. They found that monster life through most of the campaign after Act 1 was probably a little bit too high. So they made an adjustment to lower the monster life by 25% through most of the campaign. This change has been deployed already, it's in game. Now, a second issue was found that was the life bonus of rare monsters was incredibly high. Now, one of the reasons why this feels particularly bad is because the monsters are still white, but had more life than blue monsters. Now, this calibrated players' expectations incorrectly and made rare fights harder than they should be. The number has been set back to what it was in 0.1.0, which lowers rare minions' life by about 60%. This change has also been deployed. And large area sizes. Many players are reporting that areas feel like they are too large. Normally, when this is the case, the main reason is due to other concerns such as monster life or player damage being incorrect, or just a lack of entertaining content in the area. However, we are checking to see if there are any other outliers that the players are spending too long in to see if any changes to area sizes need to happen. But in the meantime, they did notice that there are some areas that don't have sufficient checkpoints. So they're doing a pass of adding some more checkpoints in game. Next up, we have crashes and disconnects. Now, on launch day, they had a server and Comet client crash in town. The failed to realize object crash. The crash was fixed on the first day, but there are still other client and server crashes that remain. Currently, the number of client crashes is actually a bit lower than the 0.11 patch due to working around somewhat common NVIDIA driver crashes, but the rate of server-side crashes is approximately 6 times higher, which result in you getting suddenly disconnected. Thankfully, server-side crashes are significantly easier for us to debug, and we believe that we should be able to resolve most of these within the next few days. Of course, we will continue to work with client crashes as well, but as the primary crash we had in the 0.11 update is now resolved, they believe that we should now be able to fix the remainder of these fairly quickly. And last but not least, quality of life features. We are additionally working on a few extra features that should release relatively soon. Now, the first one is adding a system for bookmarking location on your Atlas map. This will allow you to save locations with the name on the Atlas so you can find them later. Another is adding a stash tab affinities for more items including socketables and tablets, and updating the flask affinity to include charms. And another is adding a way to rebind specters and tame beasts so that you can experiment with these options more easily. So boom, I told you, a huge update. It's already implemented in game, most of these things, so enjoy it. No nurse right here, just a whole lot of loveliness for the Huntress. But for right now, that's pretty much good for the video. I hope you truly enjoyed it. As always, if you're new to the channel, how you doing, and welcome. Thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing y'all in the next one.